Hello, everybody, and welcome back into TalkOff. It is March 3rd. It's a Friday. TGIF, thank the Lord. Almost there to the weekend, and we're into March. You know what that means? We are in the same month as opening day. We're less than a month away. We're so
like
excited.
28 days away.
It's a phenomenal feeling to be this close to the opening day, to the season. Today, Chris, we're going to get into some World Baseball Classic stuff, picks and preview for the World Baseball Classic. We're going to go through all the pools, pick our winners, our runner-ups, and go on from there. But before we get to that, there's something that I told Jake post-episode on Tuesday that I had to bring up today.
Okay.
I think it's important that the people that listen to this show know that every single time we end an episode, as soon as we end it, Chris sprints to the bathroom.
Yeah,
and when I say sprint, I mean he jumps out of his chair like someone's about to attack him and sprints to the bathroom.
Yeah.
We only record for an hour.
I take a piss after every episode.
We only record for an hour.
Yeah, and it's like it's not like something I can hold in either. It's like it's pretty urgent.
You're
it's
just a pee
pressing thing at the moment.
You're a pee guy, and I didn't know that about you, but I guess you're a pee guy.
Yeah, I like to drink a lot of water when I'm podcasting, especially today because I have I'm like pretty nasally today. I'm getting over a cold.
Flu game.
So yeah, this is a flu game for me. Like no big deal, but please excuse me sounding like a piece of shit today. So I will be drinking a lot of water, which means I might have to take a mid-epi piss.
Oh, God. Then you're going to have to really sprint. I can only hold it down for so long.
No, we'll figure it out. We're going to figure it out.
Oh, okay.
The thing is with like, you know when you have or when you had a sore throat and you're just recovering from it, it's like you have to drink a lot of water to be able to talk.
Of course, yeah.
That's where I'm at right now.
I feel you.
So, I mean, the odds are against me right now, but I'm gonna overcome. I like adversity, so let's power through this episode.
Well, I mean, it's like Michael Jordan, Dawes. Like, is there a difference?
Yes and no at the same time.
Like, this is your flu game, 100%.
I'm probably a way better podcaster than he is.
I think that's fair. He'd probably be a shitty podcaster. He's not like
Michael He wasn't Jordan's a very entertaining personality when I was watching that documentary, The Last Dance.
No, I feel like he's not
entertaining of a person to hear talk.
He's not. Well, he wasn't. He was never a personality when he was a player. He was a shut up and dribble guy. He just wanted to fucking play basketball.
Whoa, dude!
It's a fact.
Watch yourself with that phrase, my man.
It's a fact. He's even said it.
That'll get you in some hot water.
Oh, relax. I'm just saying he is not a vocal person, and I feel like his personality probably sucks dick unless he's on a golf course.
Yeah, he's a damn good golfer. Zach.
Chris.
The first game of the World Baseball Classic. Japan versus China, 5 a.m., Thursday, March 9th. Are we getting up to watch Ohtani?
Okay. I don't mean to correct you, but that is just not the first game.
For Japan.
Oh, the first game for Japan, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Are we getting up to watch Ohtani sling it and swing it? See what I did there?
We might have to. I might have to. Yeah, he is going to pitch and hit. They're going to have him as their 1 and Yu Darvish as their 2. And yeah, Japan's rotation is going to be gross. If you have Ohtani and Yu Darvish in the same rotation in anything, you're obviously going to be good. And Japan's been good in every single World Baseball Classic. They're always the team to beat outside the U.S. Between the U.S., Japan, and the DR, those are the 3 teams to beat pretty much every single year we have this. So Japan's
Yeah,
Otani's gonna lead them to another probably championship.
there's a lot of teams that I like. I was looking at a lot of the betting lines earlier today, and there's some good bets, Zach, with some good value that I want to throw out there. Japan plus 300. Obviously, we're talking about them. Team Venezuela plus 900. Team Cuba plus 3,500.
Cuba is going to struggle. They lost a lot of talent. Honestly, they lack a lot of talent on this roster compared to rosters they've had in the past. But they're a team that's a
Well,
dark horse. They're in a weak pool A that they could come out of. Anyone out of
they
pool A could come out.
they lost Jordan and Jose Abreu, so that's where the odds dipped.
Exactly. And and you say Venezuela. Venezuela has one of the most talented rosters that has been put out this year. They've obviously, for the past couple World Baseball Classics, have been that team that's been very disappointing. They always have a good roster, but they don't really finish well. If they can string it together and these guys can play together, they are definitely one of the most talented teams that are going to be playing, and they can easily go out there and win it all.
I'm obviously looking. I'm looking forward to watching Team USA play, but like, dude, like we were talking pregame. Pool D with the Dominican and Puerto Rico, even though Puerto Rico isn't as good as we thought they could be, and Team Venezuela, like Pool D is going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, Pool D is going to be incredible, and it's someone's going to get snubbed, either Puerto Rico, Dominican, or Venezuela. Someone's not going to get out of this pool because we know two teams from every pool advance, and one of these teams is not going to be in there, and I think it's going to be Puerto Rico. Carlos Correa is not playing for them this year, so they lose him. That's a big loss. And I think the Dominican and Venezuela are just more sound rosters. They have better pitching. They have better lineups. It's just flat out on paper. That's just how it's going to work. Obviously, we know baseball is a tricky sport. Anyone could go out there and do anything. Israel could come out of this pool for all we know. But most likely, we're going to see the Dominican and Venezuela come out of here. Puerto Rico has a chance, but losing Carlos Correa is huge.
All right, so let's start with Pool D. Let's go back down the list. Who are you taking for Pool D to make it out?
All right, so yeah, my winner from Pool D, my flat out winner is going to be the Dominican. I think this roster is just absolutely too sound. It's too overall just so well put together for them not to be good in this tournament. Bullpens are going to be very big in this, like we say they are in playoffs in the MLB. Bullpens are going to be very important. The Dominican has probably the best bullpen out there. Their lineup can hit with anyone out there. I'm taking them to win Pool D, and runner up right behind them, I do have Team Venezuela. I just think their roster is just too stacked not to put them there. If they can string it together, they could even win this pool, but I think they're going to be right behind the Dominican because they'll probably lose to them in pool play. So I'm going to take them as the runner-up in Pool D. What about you?
I'm going with the same picks as you. I mean, I think this is a really competitive pool, but I think the majority of people are going to be picking the Dominican, Venezuela to come out of this pool. Puerto Rico was an attractive pick for me, but obviously with the loss of Carlos Correa, that's kind of a glaring star power that they won't have in that lineup moving forward. I just think the Dominican and Venezuelan team are just too good in this pool to not make it out, and I think they're going to make some noise throughout the remainder of the tournament as well.
I agree with you. And moving on to Pool C. Pool C is where we get interesting. We get our team, the United States of America. Obviously, one of the most talented teams out there, filled with major league players, all major league players. I am taking them to win this pool for the sole reason that their roster is just their outfield is phenomenal with Trout and Betts and Tucker. The infield is great around the horn. We've talked about it though. They're gonna struggle with the starting rotation. They lose Clayton Kershaw. They lose Nestor Cortez. Kyle Freeland is who came in. I forgot who else came in, but they got two guys to fill those roles. Obviously, you're not having Kershaw and Nestor there anymore, and that's going to be a huge hurt for Team USA. I do think their lineup can still keep them in games, which is what they're going to have to rely on, because I do think they're going to have to win games with high scores, getting guys on base, and scoring runs. We know they can hit with the best of them. The question is, can they pitch with the best of them? And that's where they're going to struggle. I do still think they'll win this pool. Right behind them in their runner-up, I have Team Mexico. I think Team Mexico is very well put together. They have tons of major league talent on that team. And looking at the other teams in this pool, I think Canada could possibly be that runner-up. They lose Nick Pivetta, so that's a major league arm that they're losing in their rotation, which I do think is going to hurt them. But any team with Freddie Freeman on it is going to have a chance because that guy can carry a team. But I have Team Mexico being the runner-up. With all the names that they have on Team Mexico, I think they'll definitely get it done. Randy Arozarena, Alex Verdugo, guys like that. So U.S. and Mexico coming out of Pool C for me.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. You look at the pitching rotation for Mexico: Urias, Walker, Adrian Martinez, Luis Sessa. Like these are guys who are proven major league starters. Urias, obviously a stud with the Dodgers. It's just like, man, like the top end of Pool C is very top heavy, and I think like teams like Canada and Great Britain are going to find a really tough road to get out of this out of pool play. Excuse me. But then you obviously look at the outfield and you look at some of these big bats for Mexico, a Rosarina, Verdugo. It's like it's going to be very, very hard for teams to go out and compete against the Mexicos and the US's in a pool where Canada doesn't have a lot of star power and they don't have a lot of pop. Great Britain is the same way. So I think, honestly, and even with the United States not having a lot of star pitchers, they're going to rely a lot on Brady Singer, Kyle Freeland, Kendall Graveman, and they're going to rely on some older guys too, Lance Lynn, Waino, Devin Williams. So I don't love, and it pains me to say this, I don't love Team USA as an outright winner of this tournament. Obviously, I'm going to be rooting for them. But I'm going to take U.S. and Mexico to advance out of the pool stage.
Yep, I couldn't agree with you more. They're gonna struggle too much in the pitching, but other than that, this team is one of the best out there. Moving on to Pool B, and Pool B, we just talked about it before, and it's all Team Japan. It's all Team Japan. This team is probably the scariest team when it comes to the World Baseball Classic. They are there every single year. They have the most wins. Obviously, U.S. coming off the win in 2017. Team Japan is probably going to go out there and look for revenge. I think Team Japan probably should have the best odds to win this tournament outside of maybe them and the Dominican are close. But Team Japan, the pitching that they have with Shohei Ohtani and Yu Darvish and the pitchers that they breed in Japan coming out there with the splitters that a lot of these guys haven't seen before, because pitching in Japan is just very different than it is here. They are a lot more crafty than they are powerful, and that can trick a lot of guys up, and I think the splitters that we're going to see from some of these Japanese pitchers are going to be incredible. Japan, I think, is 100% coming out of this pool. They might not lose a game in this pool. The tricky part for me was picking a runner-up in this pool because it is so weak. South Korea, Australia, China, and the Czech Republic. It's so weak that I really don't know who is going to come out. I really think anybody could. But if I have to pick, I'm going to have to go with South Korea for the sole purpose that I have no faith in Australia. China, I have no faith in China either. And the Czech Republic, I don't really think has ever even been to the World Baseball Classic. This is their debut in the World Baseball Classic. They were the runner-up
Yeah,
in the qualifier this year.
Their odds are plus 50,000 to win the
Yeah,
tournament.
they're probably the worst team in the tournament. So I'm gonna have to go with South Korea. What I found interesting about Korea, do you want to know who plays for Korea? Someone
Who
random.
plays for Korea?
Tommy Edman, the St. Louis
Oh,
Cardinals, plays for Korea. I his
oh, I
mother
did know that. I
his
did know
mother
his mother.
apparently
Yeah,
is Korean, and I
I
think it's
actually heard that
hilarious.
in the Mets game the other
Also,
night.
yeah, that and another one. It was Lars Nootbaar, also from the Cardinals, plays for Team Japan. His mother is Japanese.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So I'm picking Korea as the runner up in Pool B. It's going to be tough for honestly anyone to come out of Pool B. They're going to have to play Japan, and every other team is really weak in this pool. So I think Korea is
Yeah, I
probably
mean,
the best team of the bunch.
you'd be a fool to not pick Japan to make it out of this, but I'm gonna go with a hot take here. I'm taking Australia at plus 13,000 for the tournament. So not great odds to win the tournament. I just need them to get out of Pool B. I'm taking them to get out of Pool B because you know why? Because we're gonna put some fucking shrimp on the Barbie, mate. That's what we're gonna do, and we're
Is that
gonna
what we're going to do?
That's what we're gonna do. Australia's coming out of this pool, and they're gonna not make noise in their group stage, but I don't need them to. I just need them to make them out.
Hey, someone's got to come out of that pool. Someone's got to be the runner up.
Someone's got to do it.
Someone. It's not going to be me, but it could be Australia.
It very well could be Australia.
You never know in tournaments like these. If you get a week of just hot baseball, you're making it. You're making it to at least the quarterfinal.
You play like what? You play round robin style here for the pool. So
You play
I mean,
every team plays everyone in their pool, and then the two winners go on.
all it takes is one good week of baseball.
That's it.
Out of the pool stage.
You know, the Phillies weren't supposed to win in the playoffs either. Look how that happened.
They weren't. Nope.
Yeah.
So
anybody
we'll
can
see what
get
happens,
hot.
but I'm taking Australia to make it out of Pool B.
All right. So moving on to Pool A. And Pool A is really up for grabs. There are some solid teams here. There's not a lot of, big power in this pool, but there are good teams. Taiwan, the Netherlands, Cuba, Italy, and Panama. Panama is a very young team. I don't think they're there yet. This is a tough pool. It really is because a lot of these teams are quite even. I'm going to have to go and take the Netherlands to come out of this pool, though. You have a lot of MLB talent with the Netherlands, obviously, with their star player and their shortstop, Xander Bogaerts. But you still have Kenley Jansen, guys like Jonathan Scope, Andrelton Simmons, Jerks, and Profar. These are all guys playing for the Netherlands, solid major league players. And with the headliner like Xander Bogaerts at short, this team is definitely going to hit. The Netherlands also has been top 4 in the last 2 World Baseball Classics. I like the Netherlands. They've played together before, a lot of them. I like their chances to come out of Pool A. The runner-up was really hard because Cuba, Panama, and Italy, I think, all have a very solid chance. I'm going to have to go with the wild card, though, in Italy. Italy, Italy had some guys, dude. Italy's got some guys.
They just lost Nimmo.
They did just lose Nimmo, but they have guys, David Fletcher, Nicky Lopez, Vinny Pasquantino, 2 players that played together in Kansas City. Dude, Vinny Pasquantino is one of the best hitters in Major League Baseball. If you look at like statistic wise, you'll look at like top 10s and just randomly it'll be the same names, Trout and Ohtani, Judge, and then just randomly it'll be Vinny Pasquantino. The guy's a great hitter. Team Italy, they eat a lot of pizza. Their manager's Mike Piazza. They're going to have something up their sleeve. I like Italy. They're going to be my runner-up in Pool A.
Mike Pizza's going to lead them out of Pool A. All right.
Mike Abetz.
I am going to take Mike Pizza as well to lead Team Italy out of Pool A, but I'm going with another, not really a hot take here, but I'm going Chinese Taipei to get out of Pool A. So this is a team that I think is kind of overlooked by a lot of people, just because I think the Netherlands are the odds-on favorite to win this pool. Is that
Yeah,
right?
they are. Yeah, they are.
So Taiwan's got a lot of good players. Obviously, a lot of Chinese professional baseball league players on their team, pretty much exclusively. Now that I'm looking at their roster, yeah, there's no major league talent besides
Yu Chang.
Yes, there's one Giants minor leaguer on the team. So yeah, you know what, I'm falling in love with the odds, and I'm taking them to make it out of Pool A.
I don't blame you. You are allowed to make your own decisions. You're a big man, and you're allowed to take Chinese Taipei. Do you know
Which I
why
am.
do they call what is Chinese Taipei?
It's the Republic of China, Taiwan.
No, the Republic of China is China.
The Republic of China, Taiwan. That's Chinese Taipei.
But why is it Taiwan and Chinese Taipei? Why do they have two
I think
names?
Taiwan is like a um.
Jake, you're smart. Oh, apparently
It's
not about this.
No idea.
it's essentially I'm pretty sure it's essentially a country within East Asia that um is inside China, if I'm correct, and it's technically a Republic of China, but that's why they call it Chinese Taipei.
I mean, whatever you say, I have no clue. I'm confused now. I've always kind of just gone along with it when stuff says Chinese Taipei. I haven't really thought about it.
So you taken outright?
So I had a lot of trouble with this, and a lot of I went back and forth for so long because I love Team Japan. I love the Dominican. I love Venezuela. And obviously I want US to win. But
I think
when
we
I
should just
thought
say
of
we're rooting for the U.S. We're not
yes, I'm rooting for the US, but I can't take them as the winner because I really just don't think their pitching is strong enough to win. I just don't.
I'm taking Venezuela.
Are you? Yeah.
Plus
Yeah.
plus 1100. That's really good value.
You are a value whore. Like you never you never pick what you think. You just pick a value. Fuck value.
I mean, I'll see you at the cashier's table. Me waving while I'm cashing my ticket.
Telling you Venezuela is not going to win.
All right. Someone gave you the crystal ball?
Yes, they gave me the script.
All right. So give me a winner then.
Someone gave me the script, and at the end, it had one thing: Team Japan. It's Team Japan. You can call me basic, go ahead, but they're the best team out there. Shohei Ohtani is probably going to have 75 home runs in the tournament because he's the best player ever, and it's annoying as fuck. But I don't care. It's Team Japan. If they had won in 2017, I probably wouldn't pick them, but I'm picking them because they lost in 2017. Team Japan is probably going to win, and I'm going to be upset about it.
I mean, I can't blame you for the pick. They're probably the best team.
I know it's a basic pick. It is, but
it's a very basic pick.
It's just what I think is going to happen.
Well, the finals are like what? They're just one game. Or it's best of 3.
Yeah, no, it's one game.
All right, so anything can happen. Venezuela to the fucking moon, baby.
I think it's one game. It's one game. It's one game on March 21st, 7:00.
Got to get hot for 2 weeks, and you're golden.
Yep.
It's honestly a shame this isn't as big as the World Cup.
I wish it was, but it's just not. I think it's oh my god. I think it is as exciting, but that's just me because we're baseball guys. So obviously it's as exciting for us, but I wish it had the same hype. You know what was interesting that I was reading about today actually is that there's pitch limits now in the World Baseball Classic.
Oh, is there? Oh, well, it makes
So
sense.
the guys aren't allowed to just go throw a million innings. There are pitch limitations. I'm pretty sure I think it's 80 pitches in pool play, and then 90 or 95 in quarterfinal, semifinal, and championship.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't pitch back to back to back days. Which
That
I
makes sense. They're
understand.
trying to save everyone's
Yeah,
arms.
they're trying to protect guys' arms. We've seen people in the past go out in the World Baseball Classic, and it's honestly the saddest thing to see because this is something extra that they do. It's so exciting, and the last thing you want to do is see someone get injured during it. Also, I was forgetting that it's not MLB rules, so shifts are allowed,
Mm-hmm.
and all the rules that they just there's no pitch clock. So
No
there's
bigger bag.
gonna be some long games, no bigger bag. So this
I
is
was
really gonna
watching.
be the last time we get to see it with it until those rules. Last
I
time
was
we get to see
watching
regular
the.
baseball
I was watching. Well, no, until the next baseball classic. I'm sure they're not going to fix
for
it.
another 4 years. Yeah.
Um, I was watching the Astros play the other day, and their new general manager Dana Brown was talking about how he's going to watch the World Baseball Classic with his eyes closed because he just doesn't want to see anyone get injured, which I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either because it's one of the saddest things. Like I don't understand how like you play in that and you're not scared. I would be terrified of getting injured because you can risk your contract for a lot of these guys, for especially
Yeah,
some of the guys who are, you know, especially the guys, who are in the minor leagues who are playing. If they get injured, they could be forgotten, honestly, if it's a big injury, because some of these guys are
but I
not,
think a lot
they're
of them
not top prospects.
but a lot of them, this is a risk they're probably willing to take. One, just from like the pride of playing for your country, and two, like if you are if you are a hero in this tournament, like you get baseball popularity pretty fast.
That's true. That's very true. It's
So
an exciting tournament, dude. I'm so excited. It starts on Tuesday, with the Pool A and Pool B.
I think I'm gonna get up to watch the game.
Yeah, on Thursday.
Uh, yeah, Thursday.
Yeah, Pool A and Pool B, which is it's in Taiwan, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, it
then
is.
Pool C and Pool D will start on Saturday. That's phenomenal. U.S. will have the 7 o'clock game every single day, which is amazing, and I love it. I'm so excited. If Team U.S. wins, I will be happy to be wrong about Team Japan. Very happy, because if they,
Yeah,
it'll be so exciting.
yeah. I'm just looking forward to watching baseball that players actually are in give a shit mode for 2 weeks. Because now, like, spring training is great to watch and all, but besides guys who are actually trying to make an active roster, like it's really like kind of like a rollover for a lot of these guys. Like you're just
Yes,
going through the motions at this rate.
spring training it's fun for a couple days, and then you realize that it's not the regular season, and it's just
Hmm.
annoying. Now I just want the regular season now. And
No,
the
I
World
agree.
Baseball Classic is perfect because it's not the start of the season. It's playoff mode right away. It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Because right after this, we start the season up pretty much, and then we're right into it. And I can't wait. I can't wait for the World Baseball Classic. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah, it should be a really good time. I'm looking forward to sitting on the couch, like I said, and watching some meaningful baseball, and hopefully making some money on Team Venezuela.
Yeah. So, Chris, this weekend, there's actually there's some golf on, baby.
There is
The
some golf on
the
this
Arnold
weekend.
Palmer, Jon Rahm with the lead after today, 7 under. Tell us about your amazing golf bets. We know you're the guru.
Yeah, so this week I took Rom outright. Scotty Scheffler outright and Homa outright. I wouldn't normally take Homa outright in an event like this, just because almost knocked my mic over. Just because I feel like he's kind of due for a week of not like. I mean, Max is one of the hottest players in the world right now, so I wouldn't say like a week of mediocrity. But I mean, he can't win every week, and he can't, be kind of close to the lead every week. Jon Rahm can, because he's the best player in the world, no doubt. But Max is playing the best in the world right now, but he's not the best player in the world. So I love my Rahm bet. I really like my Scotty bet. There's is it Chris Kirk who's in second place right now solo?
He's in third.
Okay. Trying to remember who else.
Rahm's in first. Kurt Kitayama, Chris Kirk, and Cam Young are all tied for second, and then Schauffele is in fifth.
Spieth had a really good day today. Shot a 68, but he didn't really look like he had it like all day. He just kind of looked like he was kind of scrambling to make par all day, and then kind of figured out ways to make birdie along the course, which was nice, because whenever I see that out of Jordan, I always think it's kind of a encouraging time to start betting on him when he's making birdies and it doesn't feel like he should be making birdies. So that's just a kind of a heads up too.
I don't know. Spieth kind of scares me. I don't know why. I'm always scared to bet on him, and I feel like I should be more confident.
He's like, it's because him and Justin Thomas play a very similar style of golf in the sense that once they aren't playing well for a round, you can count them out for the rest of the tournament. They get in their own heads very easily.
Yeah.
Like JT had a tough day today. I would not count him to be top 10 this week.
I feel like JT is one of the most he is one of the most like emotional golfers. He really shows his emotions when he's playing. Like you can tell when he's fucking pissed off. For that. Yeah. I love him for that because he looks like every other guy who gets on the golf course. It looks like me when I'm out there.
Right. It just kind of pisses me off when he starts yelling at fans and whatnot. But
yeah, that I understand.
Sometimes like the fans deserve it, but there's definitely times where you have to be the bigger person, being the professional on the field. But JT is just inconsistent right now. He wins a major and then he looks like he can't really do too much months after it. So I'll be counting. He's definitely always a guy to watch, but I don't know. I just didn't get good vibes from him watching him play today.
Yeah, I'm really thinking about Masters bets. Like I really don't even know. I don't even know where I'm going to go because there's just so many good guys that are going to be out there.
I think this could be Rahm's year.
How am I? And then how are we supposed to think about live guys? And I don't know, man. Because I don't pay attention to live. I don't know how people have been playing. I mean,
no one pays attention to live. Their ratings were bad on the CW, like really bad. God.
Did you see the things that were above them? It was the weirdest animals on earth or some shit that was had better ratings and more viewers than live this year.
Yeah,
it's embarrassing.
Yeah, so it remains to be seen how the live guys will play because, I mean, the thing is about live is they're not playing as often, and a lot of the reason why some of those guys signed on is for the flexibility of not having to live paycheck to paycheck on the PGA Tour. But you see guys like Brooks, who obviously he's kind of a guy who, if he doesn't have to be playing golf, doesn't look like he's really going to be playing golf. Not to say that he doesn't practice, but I don't think he's putting in Scotty Scheffler hours. I don't think he's putting in Rahm hours. So it'll be really interesting to see what kind of form we see out of Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson, guys of that stature when they head back to Augusta in April.
It's definitely going to be very interesting because we haven't seen him in a while, and I'm excited for everybody to get back out there to Augusta. I can't wait for the Hello Friends. I'm so excited.
I'm glad that all four majors stepped up and allowed these guys to play in, because at the end of the day, like, they're not obviously, like, the USGA is tied to the U.S. Open, the PGA of America, with the PGA Championship, the R&A with the Open, and Augusta National Golf Club with the Masters. I'm glad that all 4 of those individual organizations made an effort to let these guys play, because it's just, what's happening in the PGA Tour affects solely the PGA Tour only. It should not affect the majors. They should be mutually exclusive from each other. Because at the end of the day, if an amateur can qualify for the U.S. Open and an amateur can qualify for the British Open, why can't a live guy go through the same qualifications?
It's true.
So that's my 2 cents on it. I don't agree with live, but
dude, I think that was your 3 cents. That was good sense.
Thanks, man. I need more water. Hold on one sec.
This kid needs water. He's definitely going to pee. While he's saying he's going to get water, but he's definitely going to pee. Oh, okay, just kidding. He wanted to get water.
No, I'm right here.
I thought for sure you were going to go sneak pee.
No, I'm getting water. I got water here. The voice is raspy, and we're fighting demons right now.
Yikes. Actually, what I was thinking about today?
What were you thinking about?
How spring training is so funny because it's just so many overreactions about everything. And
oh yeah, I mean, I'm freaking out about Ronnie Mauricio.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say,
no,
Ronnie Mauricio,
I'm freaking out.
I think it's so funny when in spring training people just go off, and then everybody's like, "Oh, watch out for this guy this year." Like I looked the other day, Bobby Dahlbeck the other day batting 1,000 in spring training. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, you better stop hoping Bobby Dahlbeck stops playing like Barry Bonds before you have a heart attack.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I honestly hope he plays good because I want them to be able to ship him out. But
yeah,
I think it's
going to buy in on a guy who had 3 good weeks in Florida.
He had 2 good months at the end of 2021. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and look what happened. You held on to him for a full season, and now he's worth a pile of dog shit.
Dude, why do you have to attack me like that? My team is fucking ass. I know. No, we're going to be frisky. We're going to be fucking frisky.
Mine's not, and I still hate them, so.
I'd rather have a frisky team than the best team in baseball. Any day.
Shut the fuck
Any
up.
day.
That's such a loser mentality. But I respect that you're playing the cards you were dealt. So
dude,
good for you.
Think about it. If Chris Sale is Chris Sale this year and stays healthy, we're frisky.
Well, how can he change? He can't change names.
Well, I mean, he stayed healthy before. He doesn't get hurt every year.
He's going to wake up tomorrow morning. He's going to be Chris Sale, whether he's hurt or not.
You're so annoying.
I think this is a year where Chris Sale is going to come back and not be injured.
I think he's going to have a good year. I feel it. I feel it.
It's just like the roulette ball. It has to hit at some point.
Thank you. Eventually, he has to stay healthy. If we stay healthy this year, I'm telling you, Tristan Costas is going to win Rookie of the Year. Our problem is really going to be that we have no one to pitch outside of Chris Sale. And our middle infield is Kike Hernandez and Christian Arroyo. Christian Arroyo, who did hit a grand slam today against Phillies. Grand Slammy. Stop filling your water like a weirdo. Just fill it like a normal person.
Well, I saw that TikTok where it's like if you put the bottle in the cup and then put it at the level of the water, it stops filling the plastic bottle. So I wanted to see if that was true or not.
What?
Confirmed. Dude, I don't know. My brain
what
feels like
the
fog
fuck
these
did
days.
You just say?
Okay, so if you take a cup of water,
yeah,
pour it from a plastic water bottle, start pouring it in. Once the cap or the lid of your plastic bottle reaches the water level of the water inside your cup, it stops flowing out of the plastic bottle. Dude, you have no idea how much like NyQuil I'm on right now. Like
Jake, am
I'm
I
on.
crazy or is he explaining it right, or am I or am I retarded?
No, I didn't follow that at
Oh,
all. But
okay,
I
okay,
also,
yeah. But I had no clue what you're talking about. Anyway, what I was basically trying to say is the Red Sox are amazing. It's gonna happen. We're gonna be frisky this year. I'm telling you. Masataka Yoshida, Tristan
It remains to
Casas.
be seen, bro. I'll believe it when I see it.
You ever excited for those years where you have absolutely no expectations and you can just go into it and just be like, you know what, if we suck, we know we suck. Whatever.
Yes, that was my entire life before 2015.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's like if we suck, whatever.
Honestly,
But
that was
we
my
could be
whole life.
but we could be frisky.
It was my whole life up until 2016 because we made the World Series in 15. So I was like, oh, fuck, we better make the World Series again in 16. Got bounced in the wild card round in 16, sucked in 17, 18, 19, and 20. And then 21, we broke even, still didn't make the playoffs. We got Lindor. 22, win 101 games, suck at the end of the year. So yeah, the expectations are pretty fucking high right now, higher than I've ever had in my life.
I love some high expectations. Also, I would like to point out that it was first reported by the TalkOff podcast that Patrick Kane was going to become a Ranger. First reported by producer Jake on TalkOff Pod.
It
We're
was.
not getting credit
Congratulations.
anywhere. I don't know why, but
Also, first
first
reported that
reported by
Gavin Lux
Jake.
tore his ACL on the
Also,
TalkOff.
also first reported on the TalkOff Pod. Guys, get in on the TalkOff Pod action. If you're not
Literally,
following the
get in
social
or get
media,
out.
if you're not listening to the podcast every single week, you will miss out on these beautiful takes like the Boston Red Sox are the best team ever, and you will never know that Patrick Kane was going to be a New York Ranger 4 days before it happened. You wouldn't have known. You wouldn't have known.
And I promise you, I don't sound like this every week. I don't sound nasally every week.
It's worse.
It's worse, actually.
It's usually way worse.
Oh.
All right, how about we get into some Florida Man Friday and start wrapping up?
I'm down.
All right. Anybody want to go first?
I can start off.
All right, go for it.
So my Florida man is Florida man with Florida tattoo on his forehead, arrested for calling 911 asking for a ride home. So this guy has the state of Florida tattooed in between his eyebrows. I'll let everyone out there just close your eyes and picture that. So, yep, you got that picture in your mind. I'm sorry for putting it there. So deputies arrested a man with a tattoo of the state of Florida on his forehead after he was accused of misusing the 911 calling system. He called the police department, and the operator answered, and he claimed it was an emergency. And then after a 12-minute response time, which is pretty bad actually, deputies on scene revealed that it was a non-emergency situation. And when they arrived on scene, he asked the deputies to call him a taxi, and at that point, they arrested him for misusing the 911 calling system.
I love this segment. Jake, you go next.
all right, I'll hop in. I actually got a Florida woman article this week, which is I
Those are
know
always the
pretty rare,
best.
but it's a little long title, so bear with me. Florida woman arrested after physically fighting with family member as a result of intentionally buying carton of chocolate milk and leaving it in the fridge, knowing it would cause a conflict because victim has diabetes.
What the
Um,
fuck?
so yeah, basically, there's just some 28-year-old Florida woman. She honestly, the picture doesn't do her much justice in that last word, woman. And she bought chocolate milk knowing that her, I don't see how they're related here, family member, it says, suffers from diabetes and could not consume sweets. So
Why the
getting
fuck?
back at him,
Why would she do that?
like, just a dick move. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like dangling a treat in front of a dog and then pulling it away. It's
Yeah, I
fucked up.
know. It's fucked up. The guy probably wants to have chocolate milk so bad, but he can't.
I could fuck up a good glass of chocolate milk at almost any time.
Really? What's your favorite chocolate milk?
Ooh, it's a good question.
Fairlife, even though all those scandals came out, but they make really good chocolate milk.
That's
But
an interesting pick.
actually, no, I'm not gonna go Fairlife because of those scandals. Actually, uh,
You got canceled.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
I don't want to get canceled.
We're really famous. We might get canceled.
Stu Leonard's chocolate milk is unreal.
That's actually very true. Stu Leonard's does have
chocolate
fire
milk.
chocolate milk.
Customers always right there.
I don't even know what mine is. I don't even drink chocolate milk like that. Maybe
The
like
customer's
once
always right, so I'm right.
every 5 years.
Yoo-hoo's gas.
You can't go wrong.
No. You who is chocolate water.
It is, yeah, you're right.
But it's
So good,
so
though.
good. All right, so my Florida Man Friday is Florida man accused of jumping naked on a neighbor's trampoline before breaking into home. So this guy decided that, I don't know, he was feeling frisky on a Wednesday. He got very much naked and went over to his neighbor's house, started jumping on the trampoline. Naked. Yeah, that was probably not a pretty sight. I'm looking at a picture of the guy, and sorry. And then he went inside, and he tried to rob the house. There was a woman home, and she scared him away. You know what he did? He just went back and started jumping on the trampoline naked again. So the guy's just jumping on the trampoline naked. The woman calls the cops. He was eventually arrested. Thank God. This actually brings up a very important question that I've probably always wondered but never thought of until now. When they arrest naked people, do they just arrest them naked?
No, I think they have gloves on, but yes.
Yeah, but like, okay, I meant like, I meant to like, I meant to like, they give them clothes.
But you didn't specify who. You didn't specify if both were naked.
No, I just when they arrest people for like public nudity
you
or
have
like
to specify
public
if the officer is
intoxications and then
clothed.
like they're naked, the officer is clothed in this scenario.
Okay.
Do they like give them clothes or do they like bring them to jail naked?
I don't know. Should we
think?
test it out this weekend? We could try.
No.
Oh, okay.
Jake, do you know?
I don't.
Oh, I thought because you get arrested all the time.
Oh,
you're always
should
you
we
always
call
get
J-Mo?
arrested naked.
Someone call J-Mo right now and ask him.
I'll do it live on air.
Call him and ask him.
All right, here we go. Let me give me a second.
He's got to know. He's a cop.
He has to know. Tell him thank you for your service too when he picks up.
Hey, don't say anything stupid. I'm podcasting, and we actually have a question for you.
Oh boy! All right, shoot.
So a cop, right, is arresting a guy, and the guy happens to be...
No, wait, Zach. Tell him that the cop is clothed.
Wait, hold up.
The cop is clothed.
Oh, yes, obviously. So the cop is clothed in this scenario. Don't forget, okay?
Is clothed.
Yes, he has his clothes on.
Well, I would hope so. Why would he not?
Okay, so he arrests a guy that's naked. Do they just take him in naked, or do they give him clothes?
You put him in the cruiser naked, and then when you get back to the station, I mean...
So they ride that whole way with just a butt-ass naked dude in the back?
Well, I mean, every cop is different. Maybe somebody has extra clothes or a towel or something in the back. You do the best you can with what you have. Before they get booked, yes. If they're naked, usually you call... It's usually either a mental health crisis or some kind of substance abuse. So you call an EMT, and they usually have a blanket or something like that.
This is
they
such a
give
professional
them.
answer.
It all really depends. You do the best that you can with what you got. They won't be, booked or anything like that, like naked, like you have clothes at the station. But
okay.
but you try to close them, but it's not always like I mean, if you think about it, if somebody's having like an episode and they're extremely violent, it might not be really possible at that time to put full pants on them.
This is a good point.
But you definitely try to cover them at least. Basically every cop will have a blanket or something like that in their trunk.
Right, you have to show respect to the person at least.
Okay, thanks, JMO. You're the best. This is probably going to become a new segment where we ask you law questions on the podcast.
Well, tell him thank you for being our first
All right,
guest.
thank you for being our first guest ever. That's you.
All right, I appreciate it.
See you, buddy.
Honored. All right, later, boss.
Later. All right, so now we just that was learning law with Jack Morris. If anybody wants to find him, he is going to be a beautiful policeman. Mm-hmm. Should we get into some picks after that beautiful segment?
Yeah. Yes.
Let's do it.
Powered by Riverside.
All right, so we got picks for Friday, March 3rd. I'll start us off. We're on a heater, boys. 2 in a row, both women's college basketball, so there's no question where we're going for today's pick on Friday, March 3rd. It's women's college basketball, the Big Ten tournament quarterfinal, huge rivalry game, Michigan at Ohio State. I've got Ohio State money line in this game. I love Ohio State and Michigan and women's college basketball and winning picks. I'm going to win this pick. I'm the greatest women's college basketball picker of all time. Ohio State over Michigan tomorrow, 3 p.m.
I am going college hoops, and I am going with Tulane minus 11 over East Carolina tomorrow. Tulane is on a little bit of a heater right now, and I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong team for that. Tulane is not on a heater right now. I am not taking Tulane. I am switching my pick to Chicago Bulls plus 5.5. They're home hosting the Phoenix Suns, and they are underdogs. So I am taking a home team who is not favored. I think that's a good bet in my mind.
That's, you know what that is? Great value.
It's great fucking value. And I'm on a heater right now on the show. I won my Knicks bet while I was in DC. That was electric. I won my Villanova bet last Tuesday, so I'm feeling good right now.
All right, Jake, give us a good hockey bet.
I like it. I mean, it's probably pretty obvious to fans. They probably know what I'm going to pick. I would have picked the Rangers tonight. They're playing the Senators as we're recording this Thursday night. We're probably going to whomp them like 18-0. So I'm going to go against the Bruins with a real challenge Saturday night.
Ooh.
Rangers, Bruins. We're going to be plus money for sure. There's no way we're not. But the Rangers, Panarin, Kane, they're going to get it done. Rangers
is that game in New York or is that in Boston?
That game is in Boston, I believe. Yes.
Ooh, that's going to be rowdy as shit. I want to watch that game tomorrow.
Could be a great game.
I'm going to dust off the Henrik Lundqvist jersey for that one.
GOAT.
Is he the GOAT?
He's just the most loved player, I think, in
New
York.
The GOAT is Johan Santana.
Is it? That's the GOAT. That's Johan Santana. Remember when he threw that no-hitter?
Ike Davis. No, you know who's the GOAT? Daisuke Matsuzaka.
Shut up. Okay, we're done. Roulette. No, the greatest segment of all time where we always win.
I had a bathroom break
Tune into
in the middle of
YouTube
this podcast.
Yeah, we saw. If they're watching the YouTube, they'll see too.
Tune into YouTube. We got live roulette again. We're not in this one, so we also don't have a random number. Actually, now I just realized. So, Zach, give me a number.
17.
Looks like
I
that's
had a
our number
feeling he was
today.
going to say that. Zach, I'm not even lying. I had a feeling you were going to say that. Maybe this is destiny.
That could be destiny.
Or maybe it's just because, like, 7 is, like, the first number everyone always thinks of.
I'm feeling it. I don't know about you guys.
Jake's feeling. If Jake's feeling it, that means we're gonna get it. So, I think I picked a good number. 17 feels good. It
Is
feels
steak
lucky.
legal in Colorado?
Yes.
No, definitely not.
19.
Oh, 19.
But at least we did. It wasn't the number next to what we did, so I don't feel cheated.
Yeah, I mean, it
We
was
just lost. That's just
2
that's
away
okay.
from the number.
Yeah, but I'm okay with that loss.
Damn.
All right, well.
All right.
Well, better luck than fucking next time, right, boys?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, we'll get them.
And there will be a next time because we will be back on Tuesday. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We'll see you on Tuesday. Follow us on social media, please. That's TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all of the above. Please follow us.
I'm going to go recover and drink some nice warm tea right now.
Drink some warm tea, Chris. Go ahead.
Soothe my throat.
And also, don't forget, we are one day closer to opening day. See you guys.
Love you guys.